Hi, I'm Todd Heitkamp, the owner of Dakota Angler here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, with this week's 2-minute fishing report. Well, folks, what we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks is continuing on into this week as well, meaning that the bite has been relatively tough out there. A lot of guys have been putting in the time, and some of them have been coming away with some decent fish, but overall, the bite has been tough, to say the least, and it looks like that's going to continue for a while, but hopefully the next couple of weeks it will get better, because honestly, it can't get much worse in many of the locations of eastern South Dakota. Some of the lakes that we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks that have been producing walleyes continue to do so, such as Wabae, Bitter, and Indian Springs, and even Reed now has started to produce a few walleyes. And down the southeastern part of the state, it includes Ponset, Thompson, as well as Sinai, and then a few walleyes being caught at Dry, Albert, and then also 81 Ponds in Madison, but emphasize the word few. Now, what have guys been doing to catch those walleyes? Whether or not they're pulling plugs, such as shallow running crankbaits like the Selmo Hornet or the Rapala Shad Dancer, pulling them right along the weed edge, and then also using bottom bouncers and spinners with crawlers have been working really well right along the weed edge. So it seems like the fish are hanging out in those weeds and waiting for the bait to come on by and then attacking it as it comes by. So no matter if you're pulling the plugs or using bottom bouncers, it seems like the main method has been fishing the weed edge. Something else that a lot of guys have been doing now is ripping lures like the jigging wrap or the Johnny Darters or shiver minnows have been working really well. No bait whatsoever, just throwing that out, and we'll talk about that in Todd's Tackle Tips coming up. As far as the panfish bite is concerned, the perch being caught at Ponset, as well as Sinai, Thompson, Dry Lake, as well as Big Stone. Bluegill are being caught at Enemy Swim, Brant, as well as Madison. And then the crappie are also being caught at Ponset, Thompson, as well as Pickerel. Now, what have guys been using to catch those crappie? As far as bait is concerned, small minnows, waxworms, and maggots have worked real well. And then as far as the lures, it definitely seems like Pilkey or the Shiny Einie has definitely done the trick the past week or so. But again, it seems like that perch bite has definitely been picking up the past week. In this week's version of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about two different techniques that could help you this time of year. And honestly, this past week has been proven pretty successful out there. One of the first ones is using Johnny Darters or jigging wraps and shiver minnows. A lot of people think of them as an ice fishing lure. Honestly, folks, they're season long. They're all open water or ice fishing. And what you want to do with them, no bait whatsoever is needed, but you want to cast them out as far away as you can and then rip it back. Tighten the line, reel up to the line, lure, tighten that line, and rip it back to you as aggressively as you can do at that point in time. And keep doing that. Reel up the slack, rip it. Reel up the slack, rip it all the way to the boat. And 9 times out of 10, that fish will hit it on the fall or the descent. So keep that in mind. The other way you can do it, instead of casting, you can troll with them too. And then as you're hitting bottom, rip it towards you. Rip it towards the front of the boat. That will do basically the same thing. And again, most often than not, the strike will be on the fall. So again, you use Johnny Darters, jigging wraps, moonshine shiver minnows, no matter what, they will really work this time of year. The other thing is, since leech season is over and done with as far as live leeches are concerned, don't forget about the artificial leeches. They've gotten a lot better through the years. They're no longer just a chunk of rubber. We have a couple of them on hand here. The lunker hunts are really good, as well as the gulp. So you can use them along with the crawlers. So you can troll right along the weed edge with a 2-hook spinner or a 1-hook spinner. With a bottom bouncer, and use a crawler, artificial or live, and then now also use the artificial leech, and that will also increase your chances of maybe triggering a strike that you otherwise wouldn't have because you don't have the leeches with you. So again, don't forget about the artificial leeches. If you have any questions about any of those techniques, feel free to stop on by here at the store or give us a call at 605-336-9132. And now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, please send it to me. Send it to Todd at DakotaAngler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And if I use your photo, your name will be entered into a monthly drawing for a $25 gift certificate. And folks, before we end this week's report, I want to bring a couple things up to date. First off, leeches are over and done with. You know, right now it just is very difficult for us to get any leeches whatsoever. If we do, we'll announce that on our social media page, but right now leech season is over. It's hard to believe that we've already reached that time of the year. Also, folks, we still have plenty of flats of crawlers. If you're looking on getting a half flat or a full flat of crawlers, give us a call to reserve yours today. We'll pack it in bedding absolutely free. So give us a call at 605-336-9132 to reserve yours today. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on! We'll see you next time, and again, thanks for watching.